Hello, I want to take just a few minutes to share a packet of cards with you that I made this week using the Sweet Soiree Designer Series paper in the Occasions catalog. I have fallen in love with this paper. You know, my natural tendency is to hoard really pretty paper and save it until I find a worthy project. Silly, right? But, it's just paper and it's meant to be used. I came across a hashtag love it, chop it recently, and I'm trying to practice doing just that. So I set about this week to use up the entire package before it retires by the end of May, and I'm well on my way. So let's take a look at these cards that I've made, and you can see a full list of all the supplies if you go travel to my blog. The link is included in the description below the video. So let's start with this first one. This is, I call it Everyone Needs a Friend from this stamp. And what I did was I used just some gray cardstock to create the card, and then used a sheet of the Sweet Soiree paper, and then took one of the cards out of the Sweet Soiree Memories and More card pack, and used it. And you'll see that I used one of these cards on several of these, and it makes a really quick card. And then I just stamped the little card with the saying "Everyone Needs a Friend," which is from the Sweet Sentiment stamp set, and then put some silver baker's twine and a few metallic enamel shapes in the silver, and so it has a little bit of glisten there. This next card, if you want a quick and easy one, this is the one for you. This is a card, one of the larger size cards in the Memories and More card set, and it says hello with the flowers, and it is enough all by itself. And I used the old olive cardstock and ran it through the embossing folder, the petal burst embossing folder, and the textured impressions make such a nice texture. And then just slipped a little bit of the berry burst cardstock behind it to make it pop out a little bit. And then on the inside, I just put a sheet of the Whisper White cardstock and fuzzy cut out a little image from one of the small cards. Many of the small cards have the little floral image on the edge, and so I just use that as decoration. So that's a really easy card. This next card is also one of the Memories and More cards, and it is a larger one that I cut down just a little bit to fit on the thick Whisper White cardstock. And I got the idea to take the Berry Burst metallic edge ribbon and use snail and adhered it down, and then cut out one of the floral images and painted it with Wink of Stella, and then adhered it to the card front. So that makes quite a statement. And then of course I put more Whisper White inside with another little embellishment of the paper cut out. This next card is made from mostly a piece of the Sweet Soiree Designer Series paper mounted onto some of the Blushing Bride cardstock. And you'll notice that I cut it a little smaller and then mounted it onto a piece of cardstock, then mounted that onto the card base itself. And then over here to the side, I stamped the Just a Note stamp from the Flourishing Phrases stamp set, and then cut it out with the stitched oval shape, and then created a mat in the silver foil that's just a little bit bigger than that. And then this is some retired silver 1/8 inch ribbon, and so I thought it kind of belonged on that silver. And this last card I want to share with you, I call it the Berry Burst Floral. It has the Berry Burst cardstock and a piece of the DSP, you can see where I trimmed away around some of the flowers so it reveals the background a little bit. And this background is really just an extra strip of the berry burst that I cut and ran through the Big Shot using one of the petal pair textured impression embossing folders. And then I stamped the thanks, which comes from the Thankful Thoughts stamp set, and then cut it out with the stitched shapes oval as I did with the other Just a Note, and then did a silver mat behind it. And then this is some retired Lucky Limeade organdy ribbon that I found in my stash, just trying to use up all this stuff I've been saving. So these are the 5 cards, and this is the second set I made. The first one I made earlier in the week I've already given away to a dear friend that I had lunch with the other day. And in thinking about giving it to her, I thought, what can I do to present them? And I remembered that I had bought some of the acetate card boxes, and so it says in the description it holds 5 cards, and sure enough it does. And then I've got the Whisper White envelopes in there already, and then just put this in here. See if I can get that in there for the video. So they just slip right in there, and then you can just close it up, and it's every bit as lovely, if not more, than a card set that you would purchase in a really nice stationery shop. And what makes it even more special is that it's handmade by you. So I would just encourage you to try your hand at making some note cards. They're really quick and easy, and what a special way to show someone that you really care about them when they need a note of encouragement, or you just need to give some thanks to someone. So be sure and check the link out below the video, and you can see the complete list of supplies. And of course, as always, I'd be so happy if you chose me as your demonstrator to purchase some products from. So thanks, and have a great day.